So, talking to you guys real quick. This is going to be probably a pretty quick one for the podcast here. Let me get this out of our way. There we go. Sorry, that took me a second. So with the podcast, we are doing game reviews as well, and some of them are going to be with other people. Some of them will be solo, depending on the kind of thing I'm doing. But tonight on stream, we did a live gameplay demo of Project Tower, which also has its own glitch flavor. So please be sure to check out the link in the description below for my code and my personal link to Glitch to get 20% off your order whenever you go down there to check out Project Tower's flavor. Now, Project Tower, I kind of went into this knowing nothing. I never do any research on games. I just kind of play them, and if I enjoy them, I stick with them. If I don't enjoy them, we just kind of kick them to the curb and go on with our life. Oh my god, it's almost 1 a.m. Don't mind me. So when loading up this game, I found a lot of things really intriguing, and I think they did a lot of things very well, and I want to go over those little things. So one, the voice acting they did at the beginning was very raspy and very good. Made me almost feel like it was kind of like a BioShock-y type like cutscene. On top of that, the cinematics are amazing. I love everything about the cinematics. They're absolutely incredible cinematics. They have the game set in a way for the graphics that is very balanced right now. Even for what you see and what you play and the lighting effects and everything else that comes with it is very smooth. I was able to run the game at 60 FPS while streaming, no problem, with perfect lighting. The ambiance of the lighting to the shading to everything was perfect. And like, I won't spoil too much. I mean, it's a free demo. Go play it yourself. I'll have a link down below as well for the game directly to it, because it was a sponsored demo play that I got through lurkit.com. If you haven't seen Lurkit, please go check them out. I also believe I may have a link for that. If I do, it's in the description. If I don't, I'll just have the link for Lurkit there, as well as the Steam page and stuff for Project Tower. So you start off with a pistol. It does recommend to play controller. I'm not much of a controller player, so it was a bit weird having the aim assist. It made it feel too easy. Maybe once the game is released and they allow you to do different things, maybe the controller will be not as much needed, and the keyboard and mouse will be a nice touch. But overall, really fun. There's no reload mechanic, and to me that's a little weird. Like, I like reloading in between scenarios. Like, I want to reload early. I don't want to wait. I don't want to be like pow 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 pow, click 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 click, and have to like run away and wait. So it's a bit weird, but something that I could get used to. Speaking of the shooting, I found the volume of the gunfire really quiet compared to the other aspects of the game, and that could just be something they're balancing. I mean, it's a demo. For the love of God, it's a demo. Don't hate on the stuff, right? Sound quality is going to be a little bit up and down. I can't stop yawning. I'm probably going to cut some of those yawns out, but I can't stop yawning. So after a little bit, you do get a melee weapon. I didn't really use it a whole lot, but there was a few aspects of it that I was a little weirded out about. And by weirded out, it was kind of just the situation. I would go to use the melee weapon, which is like an energy sword, and then it would be like dodge. So I would it was like slow-mo dodge. So I would dodge, and I would roll into the enemy, and they would die because it was melee slash like melee and rolling. Maybe, I don't know. Anyways, it was a little weird, but overall, I didn't really use the whole melee thing a whole lot because I feel like the shooting is better in my personal opinion. Now, the melee weapon could be used in an in-between scenario where you're like, oh, I ran out of ammo in my mag. I need to wait for the energy pistol to like reload, and you can like melee people. That could be one reason why they did it that way. But in the experience of the demo, you don't really use it a whole lot. It's not something you actually get to use frequently without like having to force it. It's one of those things of you have it, you can use it, but it's not going to be something you're probably going to use a whole lot. And then you get around to like some of the cinematic scenes and like the whole point of the game called being game name being called Project Tower. And I won't really spoil that for you guys. But the whole thing is in the title, Project Tower. And it was about a 30-minute demo. It didn't take long to beat it. It was smooth. They left you on a cliffhanger like no other. You got to fight like there was a small boss, a medium-sized boss, and then like the boss. And that boss fight was fun. It wasn't hard, but it was fun because there was a lot of things going on that you didn't get to see at the beginning of the game at all. And then what they did is they basically were like, oh, so you beat the boss, here's a new weapon. And then they're like, you go to another stage, and then you get to the stage, and then it's a big cutscene. You meet the creator of Project Tower and everything, and then poof, demo over. So it left you on a huge cliffhanger because they explain a lot about how the game is and what the game is about in that cutscene. And then they just kind of leave you at that. So you don't even really get to utilize that new weapon. You get to have it and then be like, haha, we got more than a pistol. Haha. But good luck. You're not going to get to use it. So, I mean, based on the demo, I'm definitely going to grab a copy of this game myself whenever it does come out. I definitely also believe that with a game like this, there's a lot of people that are going to enjoy it. Something that my chat and I had come to correlation with and like understanding, well, not understanding, but like we visually saw it, was me and two of my mods, or one of my mods and one of my VIP members in my stream. We played a game called Exome, and me and Rinsuya actually did a podcast on Exome a long time ago, but we did a game called Exome, and one of the things you can do in Project Tower is you can actually shapeshift. You can morph into things as long as you've like grabbed this like orb of light from that item. So one of the things we noticed was the the enemies, which are like a larvae, a small alienoid, and then a medium-sized alienoid, and then bigger alienoids. They look very similar to the enemies in Exome. So we made a few comments on that. It's definitely a nice change. The like almighty aliens and the whole situation that's going on with this game is kind of refreshing. That was like the only comment that we had that was like, oh, it's very similar to this. Or we had one viewer go, this is giving me like Star Wars vibes. I didn't find it did, but to them it was like, you know, everybody sees it in a different perspective. So, like I said, this isn't a big podcast. I'm kind of like trying to stretch it out a bit, but overall, I really, really like the game. If I was to give it a score on like just smoothness for a demo and the experience of a demo, I'd definitely give it like an 8.5. I feel like if they would have given us just a little more, so we would have gotten to use that SMG or whatever that was. I don't know if it was SMG or an AR. But if we would have gotten the opportunity to actually utilize that and maybe fight off like a horde of enemies and stuff to like really push our limit, like really give us a challenge, right? They made it too easy. And I think if they would have made it a challenge, that would have forced me to actually like play strategically and like really push myself to be good at the game and to be good at that demo. I think that would have given it like a 9.5. But overall, 8.5 is a fucking amazing game. I was so surprised and so happy about Project Tower's demo that like I was almost tempted to play it like multiple times in the night, but I decided not to. I decided that it was probably not a good idea to play it more than once. So with that, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for tuning in to this week's or this mid-month podcast episode. Be sure to check out the links in the description for all of the stuff. We got the Glitch sponsorship or Glitch partnership. We have the sponsored stream links for Project Tower. We have Alpha Dog GG's Twitter page as well as my Twitch page. So please do me a favor, check all that stuff out, and I'll see you guys on the first of the month with another podcast episode.